Blog Dog, uh, um, Twilight Zone, video blog, whatever, random. I have a new camera app. It doesn't appear to be anything better than normal camera app. Well, I don't know how I look. It's gonna. Well, this one froze, so I'm gonna disable that one. Let's see. The theme of the video is like poster boards, tripod, hugely experimental video. What can I say? It's GTA for adults, GTA 5. Trying to make it interesting for elderly people. Here's like a map. I don't know if I folded it right. Even though it's fictional, everything here, I'm sure, my fingernails, thumbnails, whatever. Anyways, it has like official stuff here that can be compared to some real-time strategy games, or not real-time strategy, city building games, where they have different categories of stuff to create fictional cities. And there's also going to be a theme of this. Don't want to mention. I watched a video here today that I titled "Road of Darkness" on my YouTube channel. I got this. This was on sale. It's been in the news. It's out of the news, but it was in the news. That price, that sticker, I had to buy it used. I'm sure it used to say like $15, and now it's like whatever, $20. No telling how many times I purchased this game. So here is San Andreas. When I eventually unfold this map, I have these pins and a miniature thing, whatever, to fool with that. Here's a picture of the updated San Andreas and the code that was expired. I'm trying to remember exactly what day. GTA 5 Online is shutting down. It says, fly the atomic blimp, download the code on the back. And I went to type it in one of my videos a few months ago, and it's expired. So here it says the PlayStation Store, that's been shut down as well. PlayStation 3. Yeah. PlayStation 3. Some stuff about this Rockstar Games logo. Before that, here's like the idea of a used game. Is that's how the case looked or whatever. That's a European rating system compared to whatever you used to say, parental advisory, explicit, sort of like HBO stuff. HBO is like for adults. So the idea here, the joke is the name, Ali G. Right up your alley, G. That's the joke. It's a saying. A saying in the membrane. One thing to remember is that the creators of GTA are European, from England, Rockstar Games. So the whole map, when it's unfolded, is going to say, it's going to show Los Santos City and Blaine County. So that's like sort of like the Civil War idea. A lot of random papers, documents. That's the Civil War between Los Santos and Blaine County. Los Santos is going to be the city life, urban versus rural. That's a joke going back to that 70s show, one of the dating game or something. They ask like a beauty queen, they're like, how are you going to solve world peace? And she's like, urban versus rural. So it blows up online when urban versus rural. It's like farmland versus city. Like Cityland. Oh, well, I just messed this up. How do I show this? So, when I was 12 years old, the beginning of the third millennium, year 2000, started my own business. Everyone who knows me well during this time, around the turn of the millennium, Y2K, everyone knew I wanted, like it says here, to fly the atomic blimp. I wanted to drive a Mustang. Because of the movie Gone in 60 Seconds about stealing cars, and Eleanor, like Eleanor Roosevelt, my nickname of 1967 and a half Ford Mustang sports car. It most likely, this, my winter cap says Ford. P-51. The P-51 was not designed in 1951. Who knows when? Just like the B-17 or the B-24 wasn't designed and created. I just found out today that in 1988, when I was born, the Blackbird, not the Blackbird, that's the SR-71 from 1971. What's the name of it? It's in that movie with John Travolta and Nicolas Cage. Broken Arrow. It's like the code name, I suppose. Like a Hollywood version. And when I mention Hollywood, I'm really sort of talking about Vinewood. I can't believe Vinewood's not shown here. Just the Eno. Like the Eno and Casino. My last name, Petrino. In GTA 4, the idea is the security company says we put the U in security. So I've showed this before, the user manual. So what this is I've never had a DJ player. At the video game store, whatever, I'm sure that they probably still have, what do they have? DJ Hero. And I had that on PlayStation 3, I guess it was. It was like $30, and I'm just trying to, wow. Okay, so that's GTA Vice City from 2002. Ray Liotta is the main character voice actor. What is it? Local business guide, San Andreas. San Andreas is the, okay, so here's the reel from an Atlas Shrugged. What? Okay. Los Angeles and vicinity. Los Angeles is a city, and the county, I'll have to look closer. Okay, so right here it says Orange County is the line. Between Orange County and Los Angeles County. And that sort of goes back to ye old England. And I don't have a map of England. I can find it online. I've made videos of this map of Los Santos. Maybe I'll put it over here. I found like an old, how do I show this? I found one of my old boards that I was drawing on. I think I had a bigger one, but this one has one magnet, and I can put the pins. This is like a pin board to put pins into. Maybe I could jack the pages out of this book, I don't know, and put it there. So I want to compare how the map of Los Angeles in reality looks to the other one that I'm looking for. Oh, it's underneath here. The one it's supposed to be imitating. Well, I was trying to go through this real quick. Here's where the line blurs again between reality and fantasy is. The game's supposed to take place in 1991. And so here's some 1991, 1992 era albums. And here says copyright, it says copyright 2004, Capitol Records. And here's the thing that I mentioned earlier. There's probably some other things it says at the bottom. Personal grooming. Here's the radio stations. I mentioned in GTA 4, Liberty Rock Radio. Liberty City is New York City. So here's Eric. So here's where Eminem gets his name, in my opinion, in this video game, whatever. This song called Eminence Front. The way that Eminence Front is spelled from The Who, the band, that 70s band, that 60s band, 1960s. That's the song included. Anyways, it's I'll have to zoom out again. It'd be so much easier if I did it digitally. So that's called Yo-Yo Joe's Records. There's also Vinyl Countdown, fictional stores. Here's Eric B. and Rakim. One thing that's not mentioned, so here's Eric B., not to be confused with Eric Burden. Here's Rakim. They do Follow the Leader song. That says Public Enemy. K-Jaw, that's like reggae music. I could go on and on. K-Dust was always my favorite channel, radio station in the game, whatever. In Vice City, however, Eric B's that 70s song. I was in a Hollywood movie. It's sort of like a DJ scratching disc. The idea is not vinyl, but DVDs at this era when they were made weren't scratch proof. Now the same DVDs are much better technology. I don't know if I look like sweaty or something on my forehead. It's actually not like chilly at all, especially not inside. It's about 70 degrees outside. So what people don't know is that discs used to scratch extremely easy, and they would be unplayable. They would become unplayable at that point. But definitely check out Eric Burden's Spill the Wine, Dig the Girl song from 1970. What am I doing over here? I was going to try to put this in this poster, like a poster thing. But then I was going to try to open up this whole thing. The main thing of this is, can I switch to YouTube? Was I supposed to have background music this entire time? Here's something from, I got a notification that I was going to share at the community from, what's the name of that? Was it screenrant.com? It said every Easter egg from the South Park special. There was a lot of references I'm sure everyone missed. And as usual, the stuff that I had pulled up is not going to be anywhere close to the videos that I'm actually trying to include. I can't recommend the stuff that I'm showing here. Why Do Birds Suddenly Appear? So that name of that song, Why Do Birds Suddenly Appear Every Time You're Near? It's supposed to be like Near My God to Thee. I was listening to it earlier today. It's a song version of SOS. It's the first song that I learned on piano when I first got a keyboard of my own. And even though my grandfather was a great piano player, and he really tried to teach me how to play, I had too big of an ego and I had to learn myself. This was in the era of, the first thing I did with a computer was try to find a Nissan Pathfinder. That's the nickname of the first man who ever ran for president as a Republican, named John C. Fremont in 1856. His nickname was the Pathfinder. And when I was in grade 8, I finally got a computer and the internet dial-up. I had it all planned out with this, making this money. Oh, I can't show it. From my lawn business. landscaping business. I was a co-founder, co-owner, co-operator, and all the Nissan Pathfinders from 1995 I was looking for one for $5,000, and that was a plan. Even though everyone thought, I always told them I wanted a Mustang, but it was actually, I wouldn't be able to work landscaping with a Mustang. So that's what the Pathfinder was all about. Come to find out today that the nickname of the predecessor or precedent of Abraham Lincoln, former president, very great person in American history, was the first Republican president successfully elected, the first Republican candidate that didn't successfully get elected was the election just before that with John Charles Fremont. He was a kind of like an explorer and stuff. I'm so lost. Okay, so I'm gonna start this music. Wade, what up, Wade? Trevor, characters. So Trevor's special. Everything turns yellow, and some stuff happens, and that's like the movie American Werewolf in London or in Paris, when it shows a point of view of the werewolf that has a yellow vision. Seeing yellow, whatever. And Franklin, a really good driver, his screen turns green and it goes into slow motion, and he can maneuver his car very good when he's driving. And Michael, the third protagonist, I don't think it turns a different color, but he's really good at shooting whatever, so that just goes into slow motion. What am I? So here's Wade. He's a juggalo. He's a dedicated follower of Insane Clown Posse band. And of course, I had Great Malenko from 1998, whenever it was, a whole long time ago. I don't like the way I look in this picture. Something about this here is the paint. I'm not gonna say, it's kind of like when you're riding and you erase stuff, it's kind of easier to just paint it all white or all black and then just sort of erase little pieces of it. And it's sort of like writing and calligraphy and stuff. So Wade is funny. I don't know what ends up happening to him. I watched partway through this 3-minute video today, and it's a song, most like Insane Clown Posse song, in my opinion, from their second album, The Great Malenko, and that is titled Southwest Voodoo. So that's the whole themery of this, is one Insane Clown Posse song. I'm going to adjust my microphone with the music starting. How loud is it? It's just a random point. I don't know when the last time I listened to that was. What am I going to do? I'm going to adjust the camera. Just keep in mind the song Southwest Voodoo. So did I end up finding that? It was supposed to be, every Easter egg. Here's every Easter egg and reference in the latest special. 1997, same year of the Great Malenko second album. So Trey Parker, let me just say. So there's Ray Charles. There's Raimondi, Luciano Anthony. Someone on YouTube just now. There's Ray Parker from the 1980s wrote Ghostbusters. Kind of like Doorbusters or something. And then there's Trey Parker. They all have like the same type of name. And so Ray Charles was very famous for, just like Stevie Wonder, not being able to see. And Stevie Wonder's still with us here on Earth. Whatever. So I'm gonna watch this later, add that to something. So when in the song "Hit the Road, Jack," that's funny. That road, Jack, with your mouth open. I am the passenger. La la. So I'm trying to disable this. Something's gonna crash. Something's gotta give. 1948, 1949. Alright. 1949 was when the book 1984 was released. Cool. So I flipped it over. Flipped it. Here's the entire San Andreas. So what this is not just a movie. Before it was a movie, it was this video games. This entire San Andreas. Maybe this will just be a preview. The idea is Southwest Voodoo is the largest predecessor of Cypress Hill is going to be House of Pain in American culture, and also Tom Green. And here's where the Cypress Flats is, right here at the center of this. And Cypress Hill is an apartment project in the East Coast, I think, in New York City. I don't know if Cypress Hill is from the East Coast or the West Coast. I think they've always been from the West Coast. House of Pain is from the North New England area. So anyway, so south. Okay, so here's where Cypress Flats is in the game. And so south and west is right here. I have quite a few videos here. So see, it's sort of kind of hard, too hard to do. That's why I want to pin it up. And pin up girls, right? So Insane Clown Posse's greatest predecessor, one of their greatest songs is called Southwest Voodoo. And the idea is south and west. And the way that Italy, I forgot to bring my map of the Mediterranean in Europe, the way that Italy is shaped, kind of like Texas of Europe, it's shaped in a way that is kind of pointing. People are always naturally oriented toward the northwest. Kind of like Southwest Voodoo. Very similar. It's hard for me to remember. I'm left-handed. I'm not like people. Most people aren't left-handed. Here's my left hand. It makes me right-brained. So on the right side of my brain is where I am. Like where, if you ask me where I am, like point to where you are, David. If someone asks me that, I'm over here because I'm left-handed. I'm learning to be better with like both hands, and most people, like normal people, are on this side of their brain. Whatever. There's a whole lot of jokes about it. Right side of history, left side of your brain, whatever. A lot of jokes about it. I can't think of... Oh, I know what it is. I just had to look down at that map when I saw it. Here's what's the Southwest. A significant thing. And America is named America because of Amerigo Vespucci, who first sailed and circumnavigated and mapped, most importantly, the coast of the New World, is what it was called then and is still called today. Here's some fictional, I don't know what to call them. Definitely not Easter eggs. Oh, Patria. That means fatherland in Spanish. Very similar to my last name as well. I mentioned this earlier. Everyone should know. There's also a Hollywood, Virginia. It's a Vinewood sign. Okay, so here's the idea of this. What I'm trying to explain here, even though it's already been 20 minutes. Just two key points. There's a fort. Oh, and I'm not talking about Fort Zancudo. Just across this river here, in the state wilderness, Plato Forest. I'm looking for a forest and a lumberyard to recreate a scene. The movie Hunted with Benicio del Toro and Tommy Lee Jones, or The Edge, also with Anthony Hopkins. That's a different movie, similar. There's a fort somewhere. Is it not on the map? I can't believe there's no fort on this map. Well, here's definitely a fort, an actual military fort. So just compare on the left Fort Zancudo with, so I'm going from here, I'll just use this, Fort Zancudo to this point right here. It's called a penitentiary, and they serve similar purposes. More dangerous than soldiers are guys housed in this place. And traditionally, in history, what places would do all around the world, universal cultures, the first line of defense to prevent urban people who are, say, like in a catastrophic situation. What if there was like a Mount Vesuvius or something, like volcanic eruption, and everyone was trying to get away and trying to flee up this way. Just chaos, people going that way. The first line of defense is deterrence from the prisoners and law enforcement acting as soldiers, and also other parts of government too. And the second support is the military. So they act as the same function. And so what the military does when it captures large groups of people is they put them in what's called prisoner of war prisons. And like, for example, that could be what this is all about over there. That's how it was for many years. So it's almost like there's one cut scene, I can't think of his name right now. I know there's a billboard of him right here, somewhere around there. What's his name? It's supposed to be like the Rambo guy, but anyways, when he gets out of prison, he like walks out the door, and he's like talking trash with the guards. And he's like, "Where is everybody? I thought everybody would be here." And then it's like a reality show where his Hollywood agent, I had only heard it the first time. It's in my Battlefield Bad Company 2 Onslaught mode, like 3-hour video, just the audio. And I had heard it, and then when I went back and watched it, kind of like the Twilight Zone, or like radio programs, stuff that's meant to be heard, not really seen. Heard a vision, hero vision. Oh wait, hero. What's the hearing equivalent of vision? Hearing? Hero hearing? Wow, the word hero, that's so funny. Speaking of heroes, this is called the Alamo Sea. Almost. And also Goliad is very similar to Amerigo. I forget, I'm trying to find it. Vespucci. Here's a place called Grapeseed. And the thing is, from a certain angle, I've mentioned this online, and people have said it looks more like Australia. The idea is this is Texas. This is Los Angeles. This is the New England area, Great Lakes, Oregon, and parts of Canada. And it's called Grapeseed. What's so strange is there's a house over here with my exact address on one of these streets. If I just had to guess, I would say it's this one or that one. It's really strange. So what was I gonna do? I was gonna try to explain a really long time ago, not today. One of my favorite games of all time is a custom video game that I developed called the One Marine versus someone's entire army. And the idea is, what if one person could sabotage entire states, like both city and urban? What would he do is he would go counterclockwise or clockwise, sabotaging industries and workers non-stop, and sort of, I don't know, it's hard to explain. It's really, this is like a late night video. I don't know what to say. Here's just how Los Santos compares to an actual map of Los Angeles. One of the greatest battles we ever had online was in between these two ports. This is such a long story, I don't want to explain it again. The battle of this right here. And also Cypress Flats that I mentioned is right there. So, let's see. So the character Wade, his favorite band, their greatest song. I don't know where Wade lives, I can't remember. His like boss, Trevor, lives right here. So what's south and west of Trevor? Oh, the Grand Sonora Desert. Okay. That's southwest. The national park might compare to Walden in Concord, Massachusetts, and this might compare to Walden Pond, in my opinion. Some part of this looks like the Gulf of the Caribbean. You know what, this video, I don't remember how I was going to explain this. I was trying to explain before. I don't know if everyone knows that America, has been established for 2.5 centuries, almost. Like this close from 2.5 centuries. And we've been at war, actively at war with a different country, like almost close to 100% of the time. The war just ended, I'd say like good 2 months ago or something. Former President Nixon sort of pioneered the idea of non-war and non-violence. I don't know about pioneered. He found a way though, like a pathfinder in the 70s in the Vietnam War. Oh, it's called the Vietnam conflict. I saw some good news that a 105-year-old World War II veteran today had, it's called the conflict of Vietnam. Oh, I was gonna play the song. Is that song still going in the background? No. I was gonna play the song Joyride to Shoot Us. This is G, Grand Theft Auto, T, Theft, Determination, Steal What You Can, Run From the Nation, A, Play, What do you say? Automated Sequence and Speed for Our Getaway. So that's a PlayStation 2 game. Black Monday and Part 1 also. Oh, and there's a map. And I think I tore it out. I don't know if I tore it out, whatever. Oh, okay, so when I was 7, this game was released. The first one in 1995. Same year of the Nissan Pathfinder. Here's the first decade game. The different ones. Renegade, yo. That's the first person version. The idea of Call of Duty, Battlefield, and stuff like that. That's what Renegade was. Yo, this is it's just jumbled. Doesn't make any sense what I'm saying. What was the idea? To try to make not a plan, just try to show what happens, what people did before video games and stuff like that, like fake video games. So, anyways, that's all for now. So, hopefully it'll be a part 2 soon, probably tomorrow. Video blog overdub. Okay. Okay. Can't copyright? Get with Montana Music Rights Society, man. No. So, one more quick thing. In the Montana, in the wow, you know what I could do? I could name all the states from a song that we all had to learn. Why Tony Montana's named that, his character, is because of General Custer. And it happened after the Civil War in the 1870s. There was a ambush of Native Americans, and I think it was in Great Falls. I don't remember exactly where, but it's somewhere here in Montana. And so 100 and about 10 years later, the movie Scarface with Tony Montana. That's what Montana's so significant. And that's all. From Texas with regards. Can't copyright? Get with Montana Music Rights Society, man. And brought to you by Folgers.